Tara Youngblood is ChiliSleep Products CEO and co-founder. It is good to have you here. When we talk about sleep tech, we're talking about a whole new way of looking at mattresses, right? At things like Casper and Purple and Tempur Sealy. And what should we know about choosing these kinds of products?
Yeah, so actually mattresses are a little separate from sleep tech. Sleep tech is often considered like wearables, like sleep tracking, or like a product like ours, which is an intervention. When you think of the overall sleep market, that does include mattresses, and a lot goes into picking how you choose your mattress and how you decide to look at sleep. But we're really focused on that sleep quality and that sleep outcome. So for us, it's less about the 8 hours you spend flat and what you're sleeping on. And it's more about what your day feels like afterwards. How do we remove fatigue? How do we make you feel better? And when we look at our partnerships, like with baseball, they're not at home in their bed. So we have to be able to manage that on travel in a hotel in an unknown circumstance.
Tara, talking about the quality of sleep and what this does, you mentioned the partnerships there with the Cincinnati Reds and also the Seattle Mariners. I guess, what is it that attracts those teams and specifically professional athletes to your brand and to your business?
Yeah, so sleep has been found to be attached to injuries. So when you look at like baseball, some of the statistics coming out on the roster is that one player out of the roster may get injured every single game. And if you can reduce those injuries, the ROI for the teams and the players is significant. From the player perspective, sleep is attached to the longevity of their career and how long they can keep playing and at what level they can play at. So the ROI for both athletes, the science behind them, from the sleep and strength and conditioning coaches to the team owners, is pretty significant if we can reduce that and improve performance.
What did it mean for you guys to win the CES 2021 award-winning product and app?
Yeah, so that was really great. We're a hardware company at our heart, but being able to affect people and how they sleep, having an app that schedules your sleep, we're really all about thermal regulation in the bed. So if you think about when you're in bed, you have your air conditioning or something that may manage the temperature of the room, but we're all about managing the temperature for you in the bed at night. And when you can do that, for our teams, that's affecting jet lag and circadian rhythms and performance. But for the average person, that just helps you sleep better and wake up less fatigued. And back to that quality metric of deep sleep, it really improves numbers like that.
Tara, what's growth been like for your business? And I guess, what are your plans to expand on that growth now going forward?
Yeah, so we took on funding from KKR in December. We've been growing at 20x for the last 4 years. Sleep tech is on a pretty significant trajectory as far as growth. Certain metrics are showing that the market for sleep tech is about 17 billion and headed up to the 40 billion market by 2027. So it's a really fast growing industry. People are finally recognizing that sleep is part of that three-legged stool of diet and fitness. And so now people are really investing in their sleep because it affects every bit of mental health. It affects cognitive load, performance. Lack of deep sleep has been shown to affect Alzheimer's outcome, memory loss as you get older. Every disease of the elderly is attached to some form of lack of deep sleep. So we're seeing metrics where people are wanting to invest in feeling healthier longer. It's really about health span, not just lifespan.
Given the data that you get to look at, I'm just curious, can you help settle an age-old argument that goes back probably to the dawn of humanity? Do we prefer to sleep cold or warm? Because I believe every married couple, every couple period has had this fight.
Yeah, so actually it's a bit of both. Your body was meant to live outside when it comes to sleep. And when you think about it getting cooler at night, your circadian rhythm, your core body temperature does want to drop at night. But for some of us, myself included, I like to warm up and then fall asleep. But once I'm asleep, I really do need to be cooler. So it's kind of a bit of both. My husband and co-founder likes to be cold all the time, so he'd sleep on a bed of ice, hence why we invented something so he can sleep super cold all the time.
Tara, going forward, I guess, what's next for your business?
It's really to expand into the technology space. When we think about sleep, the hardware helps us manage your sleep at night, But it really is about having a relationship with the customer, understanding their rituals around sleep, what is happening in their day that will affect their night. When we look at that relationship with the baseball players, understanding their schedule, where they're going to be, the flights, when they have games, when they warm up, all of those metrics come into play on how we can suggest a schedule for sleep and what temperature, when and where and how.